अच्छा मैम, एक और चीज, जैसे आई स्टिल कांट गेट ओवर जैज एंड फ्यू ऑफ योर कैरेक्टर्स। आपने सभी खान्स के साथ काम किया है इंडस्ट्री में। आई वांट टू
हम्म,
नो हु अकॉर्डिंग टू लिलित दुबे इज द बेस्ट खान, and why girls love Shahrukh Khan so much? You have worked in it, with him in so many films. तो मुझे बताइए कि ऐसा क्या है?
you know, शाहरुख को, आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर समथिंग विथ यू। शाहरुख को मैं जब से वो 18 साल का था तब से जानती हूँ दिल्ली में।
Wow, wow.
शाहरुख, मैंने यू नो आई बिफोर with theater, before I started my own theater company, I used to act in, you know, in Barry John's plays. So मैंने डिसाइड किया कि मैं एक चिल्ड्रन सीरीज बनाना चाहती हूँ, लाइक सेसमी स्ट्रीट, वेरी फेमस सीरीज इन अमेरिका, इन
जी,
द वेस्ट। सो उसके लिए एनिमेशन था, इट वाज वेरी वेरी sort of ahead of its time, you know. And I spent in those days, I'm talking about when he was 18, you can imagine, it was like 30 or I don't know how many years ago, 32, 33 years ago.
हम्म।
उस वक्त, so anyway, वो मैं बना रही थी with animation, with this, it was for young preschool children, you know, very interesting
ओके।
sort of. Finally didn't get on to दूरदर्शन and all that, उस वक्त केबल वेबल कुछ था नहीं, बिकॉज बहुत महंगा था, उनको बहुत अच्छा लगा, पर एक एपिसोड उन दिनों में 5-6 लाख का था, वो आज के ज़माने में तो पता नहीं क्या होगा, because they spent a lot of money. So one segment in it was these two characters which I had created, a sort of funny little couple, not exactly Laurel and Hardy, but very cute couple, you know, of men. So Rajpal Yadav and Shahrukh Khan. मुझे कभी वो अगर डीवीडी मिले तो आई एम गोइंग टू सेंड इट टू शाहरुख, बिकॉज it's very cute and very funny, and he was only 18 years old. So
वाओ।
yeah, so he acted in that, and then he did a couple of plays with me for this for Barry, you know. We were
ओके।
in one, तो I remember very clearly. तो मैं उसको उन दिनों से जानती हूँ, and he was the same, Monica. He was this very charming and bright and very endearing person. वो उससे बदल नहीं गया है, जो था वो ही है. So उसका, I think वो नेचर है शाहरुख का. शाहरुख's funny, he's got a nice sense of humor, he's intelligent, he's very charming, and he's got a very endearing quality about him. So you know, he's not those macho sort of guys. He's not those Devdas sort of romantic guys. He's a funny guy. You know, he's a funny guy, makes you laugh. And so I've also always been fond of him, that he's a very lovely sort of person. And I can understand why people, not just women, but men also, you know, find him very
या,
appealing
या।
as a personality. So he's a lovable guy, basically. So, you know, that's there. And to work with him was great fun because I already knew him well. And, you know, uh, there was a lot of comfort. Even now, if I meet him, I don't stay in touch with him. That's partly my own fault. I don't stay in touch with him. But whenever I meet him, or if he meets my daughter, he'll say, you know, how's your mother? I love her. You know, so because I've known him so long, uh,
या,
I'm also very fond of him. So it's just that I'm not in touch with him because, you know, he lives there. I live in Kolaba. I've got my life. I'm not a filmy person at all. You know, and
ओके।
I'm not a filmy person at all. If you talk to me for 2 minutes, you'll know that I'm not filmy. I love doing films. I enjoy it. I love working with people from films. I'm very fond of many of them. But my dunya is not a filmy dunya. I live in Kolaba. My husband was a corporate guy. You know, I love my kids, my two little tiny 2-year-old granddaughters, who twin granddaughters I've got.
वाओ,
So you know, my life is different. I love going there, doing movies, having a lot of fun, and then coming back home to my world kind of thing. So there is Shahrukh. He's definitely talented. There's no question of it. A lot of his, you know, he's got a lot of charisma. It's
या,
something that you can't define, Monica. Some people just have it. तो जब वो screen पे आता है, uh, he just shines on screen. You know, people get sort of
या, जी,
attracted to his persona on screen.
या,
Amir, but and he is a talented actor. What he has shown his, you know, his work in, and he's very cute and he's very clever. Once I sent him a message कि स्वदेश में तुमने बहुत अच्छा काम किया, तो उसने आंसर भेजा, क्या उसका क्या मतलब है? कि मैंने बाकी चीजों में अच्छा काम नहीं किया. मैंने कहा मैंने ऐसा तो नहीं कहा. So what I mean is he's very smart, very clever. So I didn't mean that his other roles are not good, but I said, in this you have really played a very restrained, controlled
Yeah,
character, very nice. I really enjoyed your performance. पर वो समझ गया कि मैं कुछ बोलना चाहती हूँ as a director or something. So I think some films he's done fantastic job. So he is
yeah,
very talented, undoubtedly, and he's lasted so long, and people
yeah,
love him, just love him. He's
yeah,
got that
absolutely,
star quality, and they'll
absolutely.
always love him. Whether he does movies, more movies, how many movies, successful movies, not important. They love him as a personality. So
Yeah,
that's, I think, this very special quality about Shahrukh. Where Salman is concerned, I सच में he was in Bagban, पर हमारे कोई scenes नहीं थे एक साथ. And he was
जी
always
जी जी
very nice to me, very polite and very, all that. But मैं उनको उतनी अच्छी तरह जानती नहीं हूँ. और मुझे
हम्म।
इतना मालूम है कि बहुत सॉफ्टली बात कर रहे थे, sort of, so मैंने उनको एक बार बोला कि मैं अपने क्यूज नहीं सुन पा रही हूँ, आप जरा थोड़ा जोर से बोल दीजिए. And he was very sweet, he laughed and he said हाँ and all that. So I know him, meaning if I meet him he always says hi, and I know him sort of like that, but I don't know him well. Shahrukh I knew well. And
Yeah,
where Amir is concerned, I'm a big admirer of Amir. I think as an actor he's superb. He's one of my favorite actors in Indian cinema
yeah,
by far.
yeah,
So, together with Nasir and a couple of other people, there are many
yeah,
others. They're not,
yeah.
these are
The
not the
kind of
only.
content he's bringing to Indian cinema, it's
And
absolutely,
he picks his roles, Monica. वो
yeah.
चुन चुन के, projects,
जी जी जी
जिसमें
जी जी।
he's also invested. He's
Yeah,
invested in it. He's committed to it. You can see
जी
it.
जी
He
जी जी।
believes in that
Yeah, yeah,
film. you know
yeah,
so he's
yeah,
very unique in that way.
yeah,
He's an extraordinary actor, and he's very hardworking, he's very committed, he's very he loves what he does, and he's a perfectionist. And even in that one film which I did, just a special appearance in that film for Kunal, kya tha uska naam, Fana. He was
fana,
in Fana
fana.
with me. I spoke to him off screen, a few times and all that. And I could see he loves cinema. He loves cinema. We had lots of
जी,
nice chats and all. But again, I don't know him personally. I don't know him
yeah.
personally. I think he's a fantastic actor, and he has some very special qualities.
So, ma'am, you have been here for so long, TV, theater, films. तो मुझे एक चीज, आई एम श्योर कि बहुत सारे लोगों के दिल में ये सवाल रहता होगा कि व्हाट इज एब्सोल्युटली नेसेसरी टू सरवाइव इन दिस इंडस्ट्री, क्योंकि बहुत से लोग आते हैं एक दो फिल्मों के बाद गायब हो जाते हैं, और कुछ लोग होते हैं जैसे लाइक यू हैव बीन वर्किंग सो लॉन्ग, और बहुत से लोगों को हम 30 30 40 40 साल से देख रहे हैं, और फिर हम वेट करते हैं उनको दोबारा कब देखेंगे। तो क्या चीज है जिसके मतलब जो एब्सोल्युटली चाहिए ही चाहिए इस इंडस्ट्री में सरवाइव करने के लिए, व्हाट इज दैट वन थिंग?
See, Monica, I have to tell you कि अलग genders के लिए और अलग age groups के लिए अलग चीजें चाहिए. If you as a young actress want to survive, you want to first make a mark and then survive, it's a different story. Again, me as a mature actress who came in, as I told you, late and all that, I want to get work and I want to continue doing work, it's a different story. So I think if you're a young aspiring actress today, because आजकल competition इतना intense है कि what you need, see, before anything else, frankly, you need talent. The people who've survived, अनिल कपूर हो या जो भी हो, ऐसे ही थोड़ी सर्वाइव
राइट,
किया है.
जी जी
Of
जी
course, I'll come to the other qualities, but the first and main quality is what? Is talent.
टैलेंट,
That person has to have the talent. Then
या
I think, if you want to लंबे रेस का घोड़ा अगर रहना है आपको, तो you have to take care of your physical health also, I think, if you let yourself go, man, woman, जो भी हो, you have to keep yourself mentally and physically fit. Thirdly, you should want to work and you should be ready for the hard work. You know, uh, Mr. Bachchan hasn't survived just like that. I have worked with him. I have seen what a hard working man he is on
Yeah.
set for everybody else. You know that about him. Everybody knows that. But disciplined, hardworking, know your lines. At this age, you can be like that, like a star. Why do I need to know my lines and this and that? I tell you, मैं इतना impressed थी with the people I worked with. जब मैंने उनको कहा कि कुछ कहा, आई थिंक एक कोई मैगी या कुछ गर्मी में 3-4 घंटे बैठी थी, मुझे एक क्यू देने के लिए 4 लफ्ज थे सिर्फ. मैंने कहा इतनी गर्मी है जयपुर में, आप क्यों बैठी हैं, कोई भी मेरे को ये क्यू दे देगा. ऑफ
जी
कैमरा क्यू, ऑफ कैमरा मोनिका,
जी.
मतलब आप कैमरा में आपका बैक भी नहीं दिख रहा है. तो उसने कहा डार्लिंग, दिस इज माय जॉब.
वाओ.
सो वो तो एक मतलब एक दूसरे लेवल पे हैं, उनकी तो मैं बात ही नहीं करूंगी, उनका लीग ही अलग है. पर
जी
यहाँ भी वो
जी
प्रोफेशनलिज्म कुछ कुछ लोगों में है. टैलेंट, हार्डवर्क, प्रोफेशनलिज्म, इसका
जी.
कोई और सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं है. If first you have to be talented, but that doesn't mean anything. If you're lazy and you're not professional, you're not disciplined, you don't take care of yourself. I remember when I was shooting with Mr. Bachchan, I was shocked. He was already, not a young man. Told me how early he gets up, how he, exercises, how he does this, whatever, his whole routine. Hardly sleeps in like 5-6 hours. So you can see how disciplined the person is. You know your lines, you're ready to give your cues. I remember I told him कि नहीं आपको मतलब it's okay if somebody else, I was reading that letter in Bagban or something like that, that scene. He said, नहीं Lillete, I will give you these cues myself, because I know that as a performer you need to get it from me to give your best. So ये सब hallmarks हैं of a good actor. These are the people who survive because they're good, they're disciplined, they're hardworking, they're professional, they take care of themselves, and they're still hungry to do work. Unko nahi lagta. I'll tell you one thing. When people ask me, you haven't asked me this, what is the best thing you've done, or whatever, I always say it hasn't happened yet. The day I do my
वाओ.
best work, it's over. I only always am aspiring, hoping that the next thing I do may be slightly better than what I did before. That
That's
pursuit for
absolutely
perfection, that pursuit to become the better than what you were before, the pursuit to excel, that is the hallmark of a survivor. He wants to do better. Monica is not happy with this. Tomorrow she wants to do something else. Tomorrow she wants to grow. She wants to do better and better and better.
yeah.
And for us creative people क्या होता है, हमको लगता है अब रोल मिला, अब मुझे एक ब्लैंक स्लेट मिला है, मैं दोबारा इस पे लिखूंगी और शायद मैं इस बार बेहतर लिखूंगी. So, it's that opportunity to do better that drives a good artist. And I think all the people who've survived have that quality. They don't want to give up working. I'm Mamuti, I work with, that great actor from the South. And he told me something I'll never forget. He said, Lillete, I'm a greedy actor. I said, what do you mean? He said, I want to do more and more stuff, good stuff. So these sort of actors will never stop working, and they don't want to stop working. They want to do better and better.
That was quite a conversation. I love listening to you. So, ma'am, tell me something about your upcoming project. You are doing a film called Blind. क्या है इसमें?
Yeah, as usual, I'm doing a mixed bag, lots of things idhar udhar. After Kabool hai, before that I did this Unpaused, which I told you about, which is on Amazon. I did again a sort of a star appearance in a very interesting series called Call My Agent. It's a French series, very funny,
Wow.
about it's been taken over by a very big production house here, and it'll probably be on Netflix, Amazon, or something. So it's about a company that represents celebrities. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm not one of the people in the company, but I'm playing myself, slightly dramatized and exaggerated and all that, but very funny
Okay.
and very, very.
Oh,
It's got Jackie in one, Nandita Das in one, Farah Khan in one, me in one, like this, so different people. And it's called Call My Agent, like the French one. उन्होंने rights ले लिए हैं, so I'm doing something in that. I'm also doing one or two other things for the web, uh, and I'm doing Blind, this film. उसका अभी dubbing वबिंग खत्म नहीं हुआ है, which you know about with Sonam. And quickly to wind up, so Blind is with Sonam, produced by Sujoy Ghosh and Shom Mukherjee, this new debuting director. It's his first film, and with Vinay Pathak, Purab Kohli, and Sonam. It's a sort of a very interesting thriller, sort of dark thriller. Usme, of
Oh,
course, I have not a very big role, but I play Sonam's mother in it. It's interesting role, and interesting film also. So anyway,
okay.
that is there. And then hopefully this Kabul. Then I did a very interesting short film called Birth. It's made by these young sort of professional millennials. It's about motherhood
Okay.
and birth, and it's slightly bizarre, but very interesting. Again, very interesting little
Okay.
film.
Okay.
So I did that. So I keep doing odd pod things. Sometimes this, sometimes that, and then I did a small role in another series, which is again, it was just two scenes with very beautiful scenes. So I said, see, at this age now I'm very open कि कुछ भी जो interesting लगे, it doesn't have to be the biggest role, the biggest thing, it should just be different and interesting. So
जी.
I will be shooting for a couple more things, a film, another film in a couple of months, and possibly another anthology film also. So all
जी.
this is this lockdown. Let's see, everyone is so consumed by अभी क्या हो रहा है,
जी जी जी
माहौल
जी
थोड़ा settle हो जाए और लोग
जी.
वापस आ जाएं to some kind of normalcy, then hopefully by August, September, and all, I'll start shooting something again. But hopefully,
Okay.
work will. So, again, message to all the producers, I am here, I can hear, my knees are still working. I can remember my
Jazz
line.
can never get old. वो
My,
मतलब
I can still remember my lines, you know. So please, my bucket. I did an interview just now when they said, "आपका bucket तो काफी full है." ऐसे क्या बोल रहे हो यार? बिल्कुल खाली है. आके डालो, डालो, डालो और projects डालो.
That's
So मैं
actually wonderful. मुझे शर्म आ रही है कि हम इतना लेजी बन के बैठे रहते हैं लाइक ओके you're working working and working and that's quite inspiring for all of us
no,
and
no.
I must tell you yeah
In this atmosphere, I'm not working right now at this
जी जी जी
moment.
जी जी जी
I think what we're doing. We have to believe that जिंदगी में सब कुछ गुजर जाता है. इसमें हम फंस के नहीं रह सकते हैं. जो है दिन आज उसको enjoy करो. कल परसों तरसों चीजें बदलती जाएंगी. हाँ, जैसा है आज वैसा एक साल के बाद थोड़ी रहने वाला. Then is I'm looking forward to hopefully Kabul hai season 2, which was in the pipeline. I think it's still planned, and I'm hoping because I told you the role is going to be sort of fuller and more interesting and all that. So
yeah
that's also something I'm looking forward to for sure, to
yeah
the second season.
and and we too ma'am thank you so much for giving Indian cinema your charm your talent and we have got to see so many shades of your different characters and jazz is always special to me और एक चीज जो मैं हमेशा जानना चाहती थी जब आपने फिल्म साइन की थी आपको पता था एंड में अमन मर जाएगा मैं आज तक रोती हूँ
Yeah,
और वो
of
भी कि
course.
वो मरा नहीं है बट अमन क्यों मर गया why did you kill अमन
But that's one of the reasons, Monica, why it had such a big impact on you. अगर
या
सब कुछ कुछ होता, सब कुछ चंगा भला होता,
या
ऐसे they say in the Punjab, then you would have remembered the film, but I think the power of the film was that this also happens, and so
या
there is all laughter and all the joy, but there is also the tragic part of life. I think the combination is what made people remember the film. That had a
या
big impact on them. So,
या
uh, but since you remember it so much, I will tell you a very funny thing. that
Yeah.
I knew Saif's parents, they were much
अच्छा.
older than me and my husband, but I knew them in Delhi and I had played bridge with his father. And जब हम वो सीन करने जा रहे थे ना, वो मुझे उससे पहले भी जानता था. He was another person I had known slightly
अच्छा.
before. और वो बहुत ही polite, और he's that got that whole ada, the sort of the royalty ada, and even generally very well mannered and very well brought up. And he would always say to me, G, 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 about everything. So when we were about to start the scene, and I said, Chalo, let's get on to the set. And he said, G, G. I said, Saif, if you keep saying G, G to me, and I'm supposed to seduce you on this sofa, it's going to be very funny. I'll start laughing. How will I do it? He said, but ma'am, आपको जी तो बोलना है, मैं और क्या बोल सकता हूँ? तो तुम कुछ मत बोलो, बस जाओ और मैं सीन करूंगी तुम्हारे साथ. And
Oh God.
that scene, I think people loved it because it was just on the right side of not becoming vulgar. I don't know how to
Yeah.
do vulgar. I didn't know how
Yeah.
to do
It
it
was
any other.
funny actually.
Yeah.
The way you served coffee at the restaurant, the very first scene when they introduce you in the
I was
movie, and
talking
they're
about
like,
the scene
huh,
with Steph when he comes to the house to meet
yeah,
this one.
yeah, the
And
blind date thing, yeah. जब दोनों अलग इधर उधर, राजपाल उनके घर
yeah,
चला जाता, ये इनके घर.
Rajpal is so funny in his scene, so funny. I loved him in that scene. And in my scene, before the shot, he used to keep saying G. I said, no G, you're not going to say G to me.
Oh God.
Anyway, that's one of my memories of the movie, which I remember very clearly. Okay, lovely talking to you. And
Same here, ma'am.
let me know
Thank you
when.
so much, ma'am.
My pleasure, entirely my pleasure. Enjoyed myself.